Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to start with a small watercolor here in my sketchbook. This is kind of like a barely bigger than a pocket size, so it's a very small piece. But I'm going to start first of all with a very translucent light sky, and I'm doing this from my imagination. So I'm going to kind of mix up the color and make it more subjective. So I'm starting with some greens. So on this piece, I'm going to work top to bottom, and the next thing I'm going to bring in is some kind of background with perhaps trees, perhaps autumn kind of trees. But once again, this is imaginative, so no real rules in the color. I'm really going to focus on how I set up this small piece, going from a background to a middle ground to a foreground. As I've said in previous videos, variety is key, so I'm going to work through here and bring different sections in. I don't want anything to be necessarily lined up. And in fact, I'm going to bring in some green to maybe reflect the sky that I started before. And the more you do these, the more you will find certain ways that you can improve your pieces just by continued practice. So after I started with the light orangish brown, now I'm going to bring in some more variety. And you hear me say it all the time, variety, but it really is key in any piece. And I'm going to bring in some darker shades to kind of bring those forward. Dark kind of comes forward, light recedes. I'm going to add a little bit of yellow back there. You just saw me drop that in. And I like to work fast and then do some drying time. But of all the browns on here, there's probably 4 or 5 tones that I've created already. And I get darker as I go to the bottom because once again, the darkness comes closer to us. Okay, now it's dried. And I'm going to bring in some very rough trees to begin with. And once again, I'm not exactly sure where I'm going, but the trees will automatically bring a sense of foreground once again. Okay, the trees I did were mainly a blue and green mix. Now I'm going to bring kind of a purplish tree into the background. So here's the variety of the trees. And you don't want to line the branches up. You want to have them kind of haphazard, doing in different directions. That's the way nature is. I think a lot of people get static work because they do try to line things up. So try to keep it loose. Don't have any definite decisions yet. Just trying to build a piece. And really that's what this video is really about, is how you can set up and build an image. Okay, while I've gotten the limbs done, now I'm going to just bring in some really kind of rough, loose leaves, and I'm using once again more of a purplish tone like the back trees I started. But hopefully this will bring some of these trees more to the foreground as we work our way through the piece. Okay, it's now dry, and I've added even some more darker leaves to the foreground, and I've tried to also emphasize the leaves a little bit more. So since it's dry now, I'm going to go back in the background. I'm going to add some houses, and once again, purely from imagination. I think we all kind of know what houses look like, but if you don't, it's a good time to practice. And I've been drawing houses and painting them for quite some time. So I'm just going to drop some of these in, and that will also give you a sense of distance. The trees kind of give you the foreground, and now in the background I'm going to bring some more ideas and indications of distance as I work through this. Okay, now since the water is dry, I'm going to drop in just a small boat. Once again, the green down here is kind of reflecting the sky, even though the leaves have kind of covered it a bit. And I'm just going to bring in a little figure inside the boat. Nothing detailed, really keeping it loose. And once again, when you do go into detailing, you automatically kind of feel a little bit static. But keep your image loose, and I'm not going to add any detail yet. Okay, once again, we are dry again, and now I'm going to go back into those houses, and I have my oil pastels. They're neo pastels, and I'm going to start doing some of the detail now. This picture will not be very detailed, but I'm adding just a little bit. I'm using a pencil stump now to kind of blend in the roughness of the oil pastel, and I think those houses sit in there fairly nicely. And once again, the houses are not lined up. They're kind of just dropped in there. While I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and bring just a little bit of oil pastel to the face down the boat. So that's just not much detail at all on the figure. And I'm going to bring another blue in to kind of outline a shirt. But from a distance, you can read that. I'm going to bring a darker brown to bring in some sense of oars he may be using in the water. And once again, this is all oil pastel. And I'm going to use the pencil stump again to kind of smooth out that oar. And oil pastel is really forgiving if they're really soft and really of good quality. So it's easy to work them with watercolor. So this is another mixed media idea. I'm going to go back up into the houses and add some windows, just very briefly, just really simple marks. Okay, since the foreground is dry, now I'm going to switch. I'm going to go from the oil pastel to a water-soluble pastel. And I'm going to drop some just small details into the leaves in the foreground. And once again, the more, if you are going to have details, you want it at the foreground. That will lead your eye back into the piece. And now I'm even bringing in some acrylic marker. And I'm dropping in some more details into those leaves. Taking a red one, and I'm going to go back into the background and just bring some perhaps autumn colors. I don't know. This is fairly abstract, so it could be autumn, could be something else. And just really having fun with the acrylic marker. And it really adheres well to the watercolor paper. This is 140-pound watercolor paper I'm working with, the Sketchbook. And I'm really saving the acrylic markers for the end. I would not do this at the beginning. Okay, and here I am going back with the oil pastel one final time with it. And it kind of, once again, reacts really well with the acrylic marker. And I'm not defining leaves, but you can definitely read that from a distance. And it becomes more of a design rather than actual realism. So, I kind of balance the intuitive with the design aspects. A little bit of yellow to kind of make those colors pop just a little bit more. And here I am almost done. I'm finishing up here. So if you've liked the video today, please comment and subscribe to the channel. You try to at least post once a month. And here is the final. So thanks for watching, everyone, today. Please let me know what you think. See you later next time.